Hey Aries, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for March 19th, 2025. This is for Aries. Last shuffle coming out for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. So what we have here is family, friends, and guides. It passed on loved ones, man. All right. So there's a lot of gratitude for where you are as a person. You may have gone through a whole lot to be who you are. Okay. They're showing a lot of energy of like people pass on loved ones or just loved ones in general, just going. Aries was so much fun when they were a child. Okay, you're being watched over. You're being you're being watched over 100%. These are people that knew you as a child or helped raise you, had a hand in raising you, something like that here. These people want you to understand that it's time for you to communicate a little bit differently. Okay, don't come from a place of insecurity, like you're still young. I don't know how else to put this. You know, when you're communicating with someone and we're coming from that place of like a vulnerable kid or something here. And I hate to bring that up because I don't really see Aries that way. Um, they're trying to send someone helpful towards you. Hmm. They want, this is the, I don't know if Archangel Raphael is coming through. And this looks like, what it would look like is perhaps having a hypothetical conversation with someone. Could even involve children. Have this could be a child, or speaking of a child, they're wanting you to, or you may have known the family. You know how like you have family, you didn't know them till you were an adult, but these are relatives that look like they have something to do with your childhood. Your past on loved ones with the King of Swords, Four of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Page of Pentacles, with family, friends, and guides. That is what Spirit's message is to you. Is there's a need to give grace or extend grace to family members that you may say, in a way, these people are moody, indecisive, they're insecure sometimes. These are people that say things that are hurtful. These are people that don't think before they speak. They would be the types that you have a past with them where maybe you felt they could have used more tenderness with communication when it came to dealing with you. They could have been kinder. They could have been lighter, laughed more. There were situations that could have been resolved with a little bit of laughter, right? Especially as a child, you know how we get into stuff. And instead of being like, this is the vibe of a person, if this was a loved one or a relative, if you spilled something as a kid, they lost it. They lost it on you rather than going, oh man, sometimes it happens. You know what I mean? It was the last of the juice. We spilled it. Oh, sometimes it happens. Maybe when we get a little bit more money, we'll buy some more juice. Instead of being that way, they may have gone ballistic. I've been cold about it. So I'm seeing this energy of your past and loved ones wanting you to connect to your family, and they see that you're different, that you may have learned a valuable lesson from that as a child. Like, I'm not going to be that person that loses their crap over something so minor, right? In the world that we live in, there's like millions and billions of bottles of juice. There's different ways to get it. Like, why are we getting so upset about something like that? And they're wanting you to see that it's time to do things a lot differently than you were raised. I think you already know this. This feels like a message that someone already knows, but they're coming through, and perhaps something is going to happen today that is going to remind you. And so they may want to just kind of like encourage you, hey, before you lose your crap, remember me. Remember how I acted. Remember these things I did. Remember the times when you would have benefited more from me being tender with you, you would have benefited more from handling things in a more polite manner. a more elegant manner, maybe treating you with respect. And a lot of us, I know that majority of people, well, I can't say majority of people, but when you're a child, I notice, adults would take a lot of, especially at my age, right? I'm in my 40s, but when I was young, there was a culture of adults. It was like you understood that that was just the way it was, right? You weren't really treated with a lot of respect. I think now with the gentle parenting movement, now that we're a lot older, it's like we could have benefited from that, that kind of energy. There were times where you would just get completely told off or get completely knocked out the frame, like knocked into next week for real, and it would be over something that would be considered quite minor with the culture today. And so I'm seeing that energy coming out here of a past and loved one. I almost want to say proud of you, very proud, like you're not like them. And you're a lot smarter. You ask more questions rather than flying off the handle, off the rip. And I don't see necessarily a flying off the handle, but more of a distant energy, like a cold, detached energy with the person. Like I said, like there wasn't a lot of respect. It always felt kind of disrespectful how my parents were. I can't say my parents were like this completely, but there were moments where I was like, dang, you could have said it nicer. I am a person. I'm not just your property that you could talk to anyway that you would like. I've seen it many times where I've watched parents do this, and I'd be like, man, they're people too. And in your household is the first example of how they should be treated, right? And you should be treated with respect, so you understand, like, in the streets maybe I'm not respected, but I always know at home I'm treated with love, right? And so I always know I can always come home. Like there's always a place in this world where I am loved and respected. And so there's something about this being conveyed to you, either in a way of saying I'm proud of your behavior, or to warn you not to be like them. Okay. And I'm seeing angel number 1414. This does speak of about mood swings. I do see that energy of there may have been that may be a reminder to you, like, remember that moody adult that was in your life. Remember this energy, right? Remember the respect factor with family. They're wanting you to focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies when this comes out, right? And to remember, and in a sense too, because I see children involved, where also too encouraging children to focus on their needs, desires, and hobbies within reason, right? That everything is more accessible with a light attitude when the 1414 comes out. So it's almost to tell you as well to come in with a light, playful um, attitude in all things, because that will bless you with new opportunities, a new friend, or additions to the family, right? Some of you may be getting news that maybe someone is carrying a child now, like, and you may be going, what the heck? That may be something that someone would fly off the handle. Hey, you're not even this, and your life isn't even here yet, and you're not even this age yet, right? You haven't experienced XYZ yet. And the good vibes though will open up doors for you, and spirit's warning you in that manner, right? That sometimes it sucks, right? That childhood is over. Maybe certain plans are nixed. Now we can't do these things because this or that now, but they're wanting you to do things differently. Perhaps this was your story where you came and told your parents, hey, I'm expecting, and they just lost it on you. And you're just like, you know what? Every person deserves to be celebrated. And now it's happening with you, where now someone's coming to you. Maybe it's a child coming to you saying, hey, I'm expecting. And you're like, oh, you could fly off the handle too, but you're being urged not to. I'm seeing that, because I am seeing Ace of Swords. That's usually like a new life. Archangel Raphael is assisting with you connecting your family, communicating with your family, bringing the family together. Spirit's urging you to be playful with your family, to be to understand that laughter is the best therapy, and that having fun together is a healing energy, right? Love is the greatest healer. And so with great gratitude, you have the Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. There's something about them saying that they're very grateful. Your past and loved ones are grateful that they were forgiven, and that same grace needs to be extended outward. I must say that you the way that the forgiveness that you extend to your past and loved ones, whether they are your parents or grandparents, aunts, uncles, whoever, it's the same grace that will be extended unto you in the future. So it's very important that you be the example of what you would like to get back, if that makes any sense. So with taking steps here, we have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the intention of these energies was to create a harmony. But this looks like what they're trying to express is, I had a lot of hard choices to make. It looks like it doesn't show a time period, but it shows more of the circumstance. My intentions were to handle every single thing, but it seemed like they were stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they overshot and were overthinking things. They were paranoid, and it shows that they were like an analysis paralysis, where they were showing like, okay, I'm 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 sitting here and I'm thinking of the worst part of the situation, the worst case scenario, and as a result, I came in because I'm seeing the indecisive energy, right? The indecisive, moody, insecure energy, and as a result, they may have came in guns blazing, and they're going, you know what? Um, I realized that when I acted a certain way, a year later, I look back and that problem was so insignificant and it was resolved. And so spirit's kind of throwing the same thing at you if you're experiencing any kind of conflict, because sometimes Ace of Swords can represent a new conflict. That would say that whatever you're dealing with now, a year from now, is going to be insignificant. It's just going to be, I can't believe I sat there and overthought this to this degree, and it's okay now. Now we have deception, and deception is the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. The deception is that you can control what's coming up, and it's also to say that you have power, in a sense, to get what you want, right? And a lot of it is the deception would be that it's your fault, that things are your fault, and that there's no resolution, or that a lot of times with the Seven of Cups is that things are up in the air. There's no telling what could happen. And spirit's like, if you have a great attitude about things, if you're light and playful about things, you know what's going to happen. You get what you want out of the situation. You may feel like you're not going to get your wishes met. Like there's all roads lead to confusion. And so Archangel Raphael is here to assist in that. Once again, you will know if there's almost a sign that this angel is around you, this archangel, and that would be, you know how if you have like a prism, or like how light shines through like a crystal and then it beams off into a prism, like rainbow and such, you know how what is it, holographic coloring. That's how you would know. They're showing a holographic kind of thing, and how sometimes light shines through the window or something. And they want, this is something that what is the word, if we're doing positive affirmations, we would say something to the magnitude of, I release all negative thoughts of the past and all worries about the future. You focus on now, because your attitude now is going to make the biggest changes, right? Especially if any of you are feeling as though you're being interrogated, you're in court, if you have to go to court for this situation, a light attitude will give you the favorable outcome that you desire. But you may feel like you're on, you're on trial, you're on the stand in this energy. And they're saying that the best thing that you could possibly do is to own your position, but also own the fact that, sometimes things don't go the way I want it to go. Sometimes it doesn't happen that way, but that's okay. Good vibes are going to open up doors for you. So I'm gonna leave that there. They want you to do a bath, okay? And this will help you to bring money in. And it's like a bath with green apple or jasmine essential oil, either one. And use a green candle and meditate on your truest desires. What does personal prosperity mean to you is the question. Okay, personal prosperity. And it's almost as though you're going to say, as this candle is burning, right? Not to say this, right? But this is the gist of it. Right now, my intention is set. New luck will be mine, and all of my needs, all the needs of the people I love will be met with harm to none and plenty for all. Blessed be, blessed be, or blessings to me and blessings to all around me, or so mote it be, so shall it be, something to that magnitude. You say something like that, and it looks like, what I mean. This is going to assist. Bathing is a beautiful thing because it purifies all the things in our bodies. Jasmine is an oil that usually it inspires a lot of love, and love is the most powerful healer. It is the most powerful vibration, and it does attract money. It attracts, of course, love. It attracts everything. Love is the main motivator for almost everything, right? Even to the extent of revenge, anger, all of those things. It is, if you look at it, the root is love, right? I loved this person and they did XYZ to me, or I loved this thing and they took it from me, or I love that person and they did this to me, you know. So either way, I'm sorry about the mic, but I'm seeing angel number 1414, wasps. Look into your second house. Second house would speak to you owning where you are, and it would assist you in solidifying that energy of where I am in my space right now. Also, too, I'm seeing Year of the Goat, and Year of the Goat is typically 2015, 2003, 1991, 79, 67, 55, 43, and 31. If you're born in those years, or the people that you're connected to were born within those years, this would speak to, if not, this could also speak to something significant happening in those years. But it talks a lot about how the elegance that will be the energy around this, right? You will inspire a lot of elegance, polite energy, or a lot of hardworking, dedicated energy, where we're saying, we're going to invest our time into being more gracious with each other, right? Because the opposite of that is that moody energy, the mood swings, the indecisiveness. I'm not sure how to react, so I'm just going to react all out of pocket and insecure, right? So yeah, you could be dealing with, well, we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I don't see any fire signs, so you could primarily be dealing with fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Otherwise, you could be a Pisces, Aries cusp, or an Aries, Taurus cusp. We have Taurus, Gemini cusp, Gemini, Cancer cusp. Also, Virgo, Libra cusp, Libra, Scorpio cusp, or Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, or an Aquarius, Pisces. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.